Hello and welcome everyone to another edition of the Daily 8 here on the News 8 Live Desk. I'm Phil Penarski, ready to bring you the top 8 stories that we're keeping an eye out for all day long on Friday. As a reminder, you can find more on all of these stories right now on woodtv.com. And in case you miss any of today's episode, or maybe you missed yesterday's episode, you can find full replays of every single Daily 8 over on our website as well at the conclusion of each and every live stream. And in typical Daily 8 fashion, we do have a jam-packed show for you, so let's go ahead and get started with our first story of the day, and it takes us to the UP. Yeah, we're hearing from the Department of Justice on a sextortion money laundering case that happened back in 2022 and led to the death of a 17-year-old. 5 men have been charged with conspiracy to commit money laundering after they allegedly blackmailed 17-year-old Jordan DeMay to send them money with the fear that they would release explicit photos of DeMay. Investigators say that this pushed DeMay to take his own life back in 2022. 2 other men have also been charged in this case, but have taken plea deals for their roles in it. The newly charged individuals were arrested on Thursday and will make their initial court appearances in Grand Rapids in the coming weeks and could face up to 20 years in prison. And back here in Grand Rapids, Silent Observer has increased the reward amount for any information that leads to an arrest in the death of a 15-year-old who was shot and killed back in June. Emilier Penn was playing football with his friends back on June 2nd when he was killed. No arrests have been made in the 2 months since the shooting. The reward is now up to $9,000, so if you have any information that could help law enforcement, you're asked to contact Silent Observer at 616-774-2345. And 25 kayakers, including 21 children, had to be rescued from the Kalamazoo River near Otsego Township Thursday after their kayaks flipped over in the water. This happened around 3 p.m. when rescue crews were called to the river to save the large group. Thankfully, though, all 25 of them were wearing their life preservers and all made it out without any injuries. What caused the kayak to flip, though, is still unknown at this time. And now for some consumer news. Gas prices have been rising across the Midwest following an ExxonMobil refinery shutdown last month due to a power outage. To help with those prices, the EPA has issued an emergency fuel waiver to Michigan, Wisconsin, Indiana, and Illinois. Now, what does that mean? Well, during the summer months, the gas you put in your car is Reed vapor pressure gas, which is designed to put out less smog and ozone pollution during those hotter months. Well, this declaration waives that requirement and reverts it back to the conventional gasoline in hopes of dropping those prices. The waiver will continue for those 4 states until August 20th. And a pretty scary story next, as the U.S. Coast Guard is investigating an incident from earlier this week where the gas tank of an F-16 fighter jet landed in a Michigan parking lot. Officials say the tank landed near a shopping plaza in East Tawas and exploded at the time it landed. Another tank also landed in Lake Huron on Wednesday. No injuries have been reported in either incident. Officials said that the jets were not reading the gas tanks while they were flying and that the emergency procedure for those pilots is to drop them off. Both of those pilots did land safely in Toledo. Let's now shift gears and get a look at your Friday forecast. Let's send it over to Storm Teammate meteorologist Matt Kirkwood.
Area low pressure will scoot just across southwest lower Michigan and will be close enough to it that will maintain a chance of a scattered shower or thunderstorm anytime today, and unfortunately a lot of clouds. But the fortunate thing is we're going to clear it out in time for the weekend. Looks like shower and thunderstorms just about any time frame. But again, I really think most of the time it's going to be dry. Any of those showers or thunderstorms could contain some heavy rain. We're not looking at any severe weather. Notice that wind is out of the north. That's going to draw in some drier air, but it's also going to pick up along the lake shore. So I expect waves today to build around 2 to 4 feet. You can see those water temperatures quite comfortable, low to mid 70s. It's about the warmest I've seen them so far this year. So chance of storms today, most of the time dry though. The better chance will be I-96 to the south. More comfortable air starts building in for this weekend. It's still going to be hot, especially Saturday, mostly sunny conditions, 88 on Sunday. But again, slightly less humid, but the real relief comes or arrives next week. But we'll have a decent chance of showers and thunderstorms, especially Monday night and Tuesday.
All right, thanks, man. As you saw, it looks looks like it's going to be raining a little bit today, but the weekend should be fairly well, and something fun that you can actually do to enjoy your weekend kicks off actually today over at Calder Plaza. Our Elena Cousineau joins us now with more on that.
It's the 46th year of one of the state's biggest Hispanic festivals, and it's happening here in downtown Grand Rapids at Calder Plaza. It starts later tonight at 5 o'clock, and there's some new additions this year, including a bigger dance area, and the space itself is moving to Ottawa Avenue as well as Calder Plaza. There'll be food vendors, merchandise vendors, and live performances. We have more on what you can expect and more on the Hispanic Center of Western Michigan, which is getting all the proceeds for this. What they're using for that and how you can take part are found on our website, woodtv.com.
All right, thanks, Elena. And as a reminder, you can find all of the fun events happening all across West Michigan inside this week's Weekend Planner over on woodtv.com. And finally, News 8 is your local election headquarters, and one of the items that will be on next Tuesday's ballot for those in Van Buren County will decide the life of a 175-year-old classroom. The Wood School has served as a one-room school for students in Bangor Township since 1869 and is still running, but a new millage that's on the August 6th ballot would allow it to continue to run. The 18 mil millage renewal would generate about $38,000 a year to keep it running. There are about 24 students in grades K through 8 that are currently enrolled at the school. This is just one of the many races that you can keep up with on August 6th, as we will have complete coverage for you here on News 8. And that should do it for us today. I want to thank everybody for tuning into this latest edition of the Daily 8 here on the News 8 Live Desk. Remember, we will be back again on Monday with 8 more stories for you to know. I'm Phil Penarski, and I want to thank you all once again for tuning in, and we hope you have a great rest of your day and an even better weekend.